Hey, Flo here. I think I'm finally going here. Haven't used my phone to live stream in a bit, so I had to do a bunch of stupid updates and junk. I think it's working now. Okay, so I'm gonna do a Bible reading. I haven't done this in a million years. I just figured I'm out on a bike ride and I found a spot that has a signal. I have not done a reading here before, so just figured I would do one. I actually started a reading the last stream I did, or actually, I don't know, not the last stream, the last WordHike that I did. I sort of half finished a reading, so I'm going to finish that one off, so it won't be that long of a stream, and then I'll keep writing, and if I find another spot down the path somewhere, I might do another reading or whatever, but yeah, anyway, I should take a drink. My throat feels kind of dry. It's been so long since I've done this. There's a chance I might not finish the annual reading thing that I'm doing before July, which is when I started it. Hey, hi res. Stay hydrated. Just stopping by as I am Minolta. You're a Minolta guy? I took you more for a Canon, maybe a Sony, but I guess you're into Minolta these days. Hey, that's cool. That's cool, man. Multitasking. Yep. I want to say that Minolta and Olympus merged, or one bought the other. I don't know. I can't remember. Somebody bought Olympus, and one of my first favorite cameras was an Olympus, so there you go. Had Minolta lenses in high school photography class. Nice. Yeah, the Olympus that I had ages ago was actually pretty good for its time. Like, it was super low res because it was not high res, you know what I mean? But it was like a 3 megapixel, but it was like a really early digital camera, but the color science was amazing on it. Hey, Pilled admin, am I new? Kind of. I mean, I've had an account for a long time, but I'm just starting streaming on Pilled. Just giving it a try. I'm actually on a bunch of platforms. Too many to list, but Pilled is just another one that I added. So yeah, you could say I'm new in that sense, but I've been streaming for 7 years on various platforms, and I'm like a multi-streamer on pretty much anywhere I can, so. But yeah, thanks for the welcome. All right, so yeah, my thing that I've been doing since July last year is I do Bible readings out in nature. So I haven't done it in a while, like a couple months or something, at least a month, I don't know. It's been a while, at least it feels like it has been. And I was sort of hoping to get the whole Bible read before this July so that I could do it in a year, but if I don't make it, it's no big deal. But anyway, that's kind of what my project is here. And then I edit them down and upload them to my second YouTube Odyssey and Rumble channel called WordHike. So yeah, that's kind of what I do. Typically though, like historically, I'm a variety streamer. I do a bunch of stuff, do a lot of IRL stuff, but I used to do a bunch of other stuff, and I still occasionally do, but these days my focus has been on the Bible thing. As soon as I get that done, I don't know what I'll do. I might go back to some of my older kind of content, but yeah, you never know what I'm gonna do. I have no schedule no plan. Oh, I need to make sure that I'm standing in the right place for this to look good. Or sitting, I'm gonna sit. I need to sit down by that little patch, a little bit in front of that patch. Okay, I think I see it. Do. Okay. Should be good. Alright, so, whoa. So right about here. Didn't bring my chair today, so I'm gonna either have to stand or find things to sit on like this. Hopefully there's not too many ants that crawl on me the whole time, but it should be fine. Alright, so this is going to be a short reading because like I mentioned earlier, I already started this reading last time I was doing this. It's been a while though. Let me double check my overlays. I did check this earlier, but double checking is not a bad idea. This is a really big log. Butterfly. I wonder if it's the same one from last unicorn with a little pilot uniform. Okay, let's see. Overlays. Yeah, we're good. Alright, so we're going to be reading Jeremiah 16-17 and 1 Peter 5. I need to mark this spot, which means I need to turn Bluetooth on. Okay. I think last time I tried my smart button, it was working. I don't know if it'll work today. The last time before last time, it just stopped working. I don't know why. All right, let's try it. Nice. Okay. I catch my breath. If I move at all, I apparently lose my breath. You would think that by walking and or biking every day, I would get into like really good shape or something, but nope. I haven't really been doing that much strenuous stuff. I go on walks like every day, usually around between 2 and 3 miles. Sometimes I go on a longer one, like 5 to 7 miles, but they're not like hikes up mountains or anything. They're just like flat dirt paths, nothing super fancy. Still good exercise, but I feel like I'm not really pushing myself. So, but the bike rides are more strenuous sometimes because I've gone on some like, I don't know, 15 to 30 mile bike rides, which if you're in the city, that's not that far, but if you're in the forest on like dirt and gravel and stuff, that feels kind of far. So you're just like huffing it, because you lose half your energy in the dirt, and so some of those have felt pretty strenuous. But yeah, I'm not going to be able to do as much hiking this year unless I get some income so I can afford to buy gas to get places. I'm really low on funds at the moment. Anyway, let's do this reading. If there's anybody in chat, I check it in between chapters, so I'll check back in a bit if there's anybody there. Hey Flo, good to see you. How have you been? I was just thinking about you recently. Just hadn't seen you in a while, and I wondered if you had heard about the whole DLive thing. Unfortunately, I have a couple platforms going through Beam today, so I can't actually tell where you're at. But if I had to guess, I would say you're probably on Pilled. But anyway, it's good to see you. Yeah, it's been a while. Are you gonna? You think you'll ever get back into streaming, or just view stuff? Yeah, I don't even know if I've talked to you since I started this project I'm doing, but this year, since last July, I'm reading through the Bible in nature, so that's what I'm out here to do today. So yeah, I think I'm about 3/4 of the way through, and I would like to finish like around this coming July, but I haven't been streaming much at all lately, so my pace has decreased significantly, so I'm not sure I will finish. Yeah, Pilled, I need a new monitor. Gotcha. It's a beautiful day. Yeah, it's amazing here. It's been really cold, like it actually snowed like yesterday or a couple days ago, and it was so cold at night I had to build a fire, have a fireplace. And then all of a sudden today it's like super nice. It's like, I think it's around 60 degrees or something, but it feels like 70. I don't know. I guess when I'm coming out of the winter and I get these fairly warm days, like it feels like about 10 or 15 degrees warmer than it actually is, because I got kind of used to the cold over the winter. So yeah, this feels amazing. But actually, I think my ideal temperature is around 60 for outdoors and hiking, because then I don't get sweaty and it just feels, I don't feel chilled or anything. It's just perfect. It's very nice. Heard about DLive. Some people have come here now. Yeah, there's some people on Pilled. There's some people on Velora. Velora, I think, is pretty cool. Velora.tv. VELORA.tv. Pilled is I don't know. I don't really like politics, so I actually kind of avoided streaming on Pilled initially because I didn't want to get like taken over by politics stuff. So if people come into chat and try to like hijack the stream with political comments, if that happens like a lot, then I'll probably reconsider whether I stream on Pilled or not, because typically when a platform is really focused on politics, people feel the need to like make everything about politics, even if they're just a gamer or a guy like me that's just in doing IRL. They'll come in and just start talking about politics for no reason, which is really annoying. But yeah, I'll just feel it out, see how it goes. If people are polite and respect the content, then I'll continue there. But if it becomes one of those kind of trolley sites, then I'll probably skip it because I'm just kind of experimenting. And then, of course, a bunch of people on Kick as well. I feel like Kick is the most mainstream choice. Like if you want to last longer, because all these little sites, it's just hard to predict how long they'll last. But I never actually was part of the DLive subculture, like the whole, political thing. Like DLive was kind of like that, and so it kind of attracted people that were into that. I was just more of like a mainstream streamer, so never really fit into that crowd. But yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna do a Bible reading, so I'll check back in chat in a few minutes after I finish a chapter, if anybody's still here. Hopefully it'll work out for you. Pill.net is a good platform. A lot of MAGA here for sure. Good people. Yeah. I'm not into that stuff at all. Like, the thing that kind of concerns me about it is they say it's like they respect any point of view, but I don't think that's true. I think that's kind of like I don't know what the word is, but it's dishonest in my opinion, because it's very obvious that it's made for like that side, like the right or whatever whatever you want to call it. And if you were like leftist or even just neutral and you tried to stream there, I think you'd get trolled to death. I mean, it's hard to say. Maybe people are really polite, but I get the impression it's probably not a good site for people that are not super conservative and stuff. But yeah, but I don't really care. I generally stream every platform I can. So like right now, I think I'm on about 13 platforms or so, 12 or 13, give or take. A couple of the platforms I'm on, I'm not live streaming on because it's just too much trouble to set up the stream, like Odyssey, for example, and BitChute. It's just kind of annoying to set those up, so I don't bother on it. Depends on the streamer. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty obvious that it's set up for the right, though, because you got the red pill, blue pill thing, which is clearly a reference. Red is like Republican, essentially, and blue is left. And they basically say red is an upvote and blue is a downvote. So that built into the actual culture of the site and the graphics and the user interface is a clear indicator on which side the site is basically trying to promote. Like basically it's like, if you're not Republican and red and all the right wing and stuff, boo, blue, boo, and so it's pretty obvious what they're all about. But yeah, 13, that's the same, tech savvy. Yeah, it's actually pretty easy to do. I mean, what I'm doing here definitely takes a little bit of tech savvy with the IRL on so many platforms, but if you're at home on a computer, it's really not that hard to set up. The biggest thing, or the most difficult thing, is the chat, like being able to watch chat out in the middle of nature and stuff. But yeah. Oh, got some hikers down there. Maybe they'll show up. I'll wait till they pass and then I'll start the reading probably. So chat a little bit more if anybody's here. Yeah, some of the platforms that I'm on, like most people haven't even heard of, and I definitely don't get viewers on them. I just kind of do it sort of as a challenge to myself, just like something fun to do, and I enjoy it, even though there's no real payoff for it. I don't know, it's just the nerd in me that makes everything want to work and stuff. How many miles did you hike to reach your destination? Not very far, but I'm actually on my bike today. Normally I do hike, but today I'm on my bike, so I can go farther. But I might run out of time because originally I wasn't planning to stream, and then I thought, you know what? I might find a place with a signal, so I last second packed up all my streaming gear and decided to go for it. So, but yeah, it's not very far, but I'm planning to go farther. Basically, what I like to do is, I don't know if it's like this everywhere, but at least where I live, there's a bunch of Forest Service roads. They're just like all over the place. I think they're mainly used for logging and fire control and all that kind of stuff. And I like to just explore all of them. So I have this really good map that shows all of those. And then I'll either ride or hike down every single one just so I have a GPS recording of everywhere I've been, and then try to cover every single line on the map. And then if I'm somewhere and I see a road and it's not on the map, I'll actually mark it and then I'll go down that. And it's just kind of a hobby, like a completionist hobby. So yeah, it's one of my silly quirks. I just enjoy seeing like the map filled with all the places I've been. and I can just say I know the whole area or have explored everything. But yeah, so that's kind of what I'm doing today. It wasn't really meant to be a spectacular hike or with a bunch of views or anything. It's more just like riding down random roads just to mark them as complete, kind of a thing. It's pretty fun, yeah. I would do, unfortunately, most of my hikes that I do are repeats. Like I'm hiking on roads that I've already been on because I can't been on, like gives a minute, been on. I don't have money to drive places like for gas and stuff, so it's hard for me to get like far out enough to a place that I haven't been. So today I compromised a little bit. I actually drove a ways. Just, I don't know, I guess it's celebration of nothingness, but I shouldn't be driving so much, but I just decided to make an exception today. So yeah, so I'm in an area where I don't have it marked, so I can do a little bit of exploration. Gives a minute is here too. Yeah, he's making Valora his home. I think I would make I think I would consider Valora the closest thing to I have to a home, but I don't think I'm going to commit to one platform as a home like I used to. I'm more of a multi-streamer now, so I might like play around a little bit more with Valora just because it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool site, and it doesn't have a political bent to it. It's more just general audience, kind of everything, all content, and so it's not as that way, which is more my vibe, I guess, since I don't really do politics stuff. But yeah, I stream pretty much everywhere I can, with a few exceptions. I don't do like the foreign language sites like Russian sites and Korean sites and Spanish sites. I've thought about it, but I feel like it'd be weird if I was one of the only English speakers on these foreign language sites and I get a bunch of people in chat trying to talk in Russian or something and I have no idea what they're saying. So I've kind of avoided streaming on those, but someday I might give it a try just to see what it's like. But anyway. All right, I'm going to do a chapter. I'm going to ignore chat for just a few minutes, get this chapter read. Then I'll check it again if anyone's still here. Jeremiah chapter 16. Then the word of the Lord came to me, saying, You must not marry or have sons or daughters in this place. For this is what the Lord says concerning the sons and daughters born in this place, and the mothers who bore them, and the fathers who fathered them in this land. They will die from deadly diseases. They will not be mourned or buried, but will lie like dung on the ground. They will be finished off by sword and famine, and their corpses will become food for the birds of the air and beasts of the earth. Indeed, this is what the Lord says. Do not enter a house where there is a funeral meal. Do not go to mourn or show sympathy. For I have removed from this people my peace, my loving devotion, and my compassion, declares the Lord. Both great and small will die in this land. They will not be buried or mourned, nor will anyone cut himself or shave his head for them. No food will be offered to comfort those who mourn the dead. Not even a cup of consolation will be given for the loss of a father or mother. You must not enter a house where there is feasting and sit down with them to eat and drink. For this is what the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, says. I am going to remove from this place, before your very eyes and in your days, the sounds of joy and gladness, the voices of the bride and bridegroom. When you tell these people all these things, they will ask you, Why has the Lord pronounced all this great disaster against us? What is our guilt? What is the sin that we have committed against the Lord our God? Then you are to answer them, It is because your fathers have forsaken me, declares the Lord, and followed other gods, and served and worshipped them. They abandoned me and did not keep my instruction. And you have done more evil than your fathers. See how each of you follows the stubbornness of his evil heart instead of obeying me. So I will cast you out of this land into a land that neither you nor your fathers have known. There you will serve other gods day and night, for I will show you no favor. Yet behold, the days are coming, declares the Lord, when they will no longer say, As surely as the Lord lives, who brought the Israelites up out of the land of Egypt. Instead, they will say, As surely as the Lord lives, who brought the Israelites up out of the land of the north, and all the other lands to which he had banished them. For I will return them to their land that I gave to their forefathers. But for now I will send for many fishermen, declares the Lord, and they will catch them. After that I will send for many hunters, and they will hunt them down on every mountain and hill, even from the clefts of the rocks. For my eyes are on all their ways, they are not hidden from my face, and their guilt is not concealed from my eyes. And I will first repay them double their iniquity and their sin, because they have defiled my land with the carcasses of their detestable idols, and they have filled my inheritance with their abominations. O Lord, my strength and my fortress, my refuge in the day of distress, the nations will come to you from the ends of the earth, and they will say, Our fathers inherited nothing but lies, worthless idols of no benefit at all. Can man make gods for himself? Such are not gods. Therefore, behold, I will inform them, and this time I will make them know my power and my might. Then they will know that my name is the Lord. Kind of reminded me a little bit of the end of D-Live. It's like, don't mourn them, it's gonna, everyone's gonna die, whatever. You have to turn on stickers if we can post them. I thought I did turn that on, but yeah, there's so many settings in Pilled. I haven't really investigated the whole gamut of things. That once again though, like, I'm a little bit just, I don't know, I guess I'm paranoid just because of the experiences I've had in the past with sites like Pilled. I don't know the culture there well enough, but I just am a little bit cautious to like open up everything, because I just feel like, maybe people will kind of abuse it or something. But yeah, I'll probably give people the benefit of the doubt and see how it goes, and if it turns out to be a horrible place, then I'll just deal with it as it comes. But good reading, thanks. Yeah, we just got 2 more chapters, so probably finish it off so I can get some writing in today before it gets dark. But I'm happy that you guys dropped by, though. Hey, Daramoth. How you doing? Been a while. That's kind of cool. That, I don't know what it looks like. Well, I guess it doesn't look like anything on my stream because I don't have the chat overlay on, but it looks cool on my chat overlay. It shows like this little pirate boat thing next to the message. That's pretty sweet. That must be... The reason I'm surprised it shows that, though, is because I'm pulling it in via social stream, so that's up to social stream to format it that way. It's pretty nice looking. But thanks for the raid, dude. It's always good to be cautious. I've been here 2 years about, and I like it. Yeah. Everybody says it's fine and stuff, but I think it would be hard to really know, because it's kind of like being in a echo chamber. Like, it's probably nice if you're of the same tribe, so to speak, or persuasion, or opinions as the majority. But if you're not, it would be interesting to. I actually thought about doing this experiment, like setting up an account and just like streaming a bunch of like counter cultural content, like nothing like crazy, but just like talking about stuff that's like on the other side of the aisle, and just see how people would respond. I'm not going to do that, but it would be an interesting experiment, because that would really reveal whether it's truly, everybody can have a place on the panel and say whatever they want. My impression is that if you did that, you'd probably get a lot of kickback or whatever. But Kismet, hey you, catch anything? No, I actually don't fish, believe it or not. I consider myself a pretty avid outdoor guy, but not in the sense, like most people when they say I'm an outdoorsman or something, most people mean like I'm a hunter or I like to fish. But yeah, for me, I just like to hike and climb mountains, and I do a little bit of mountain biking. Like today I'm out on my mountain bike just exploring, and I stopped here, saw that there was a nice signal for a live stream, so we need some echo chambers. Not too concerned about that. Yeah, I don't really like echo chambers, to be honest. Like, what's the purpose of talking about something with like talking about something that's like sort of a debate, but you're only talking with people who agree with you? Like, I don't know, it just seems kind of pointless to me. But yeah, that's why I don't never get into politics. It just not my thing. I mean, I have no problem with other people doing that, like that's their content, but yeah, I stay away from it. The hat made me think there was a fishing pole in your hands. Oh yeah, that's true. It does look like a fishing hat. I just like this for keeping the sun out of my eyes. Like ever since I started wearing a hat like this, I don't really have to put sunscreen on, which is nice because I really hate putting sunscreen on. I mean, I still sometimes get like a sunburn on the end of my nose or like on the back of my neck and stuff. And so if I'm gonna be out like in the summer on a long hot day, I'll still put a little bit on. But generally speaking, I don't really have to. And that's also why I wear these sleeves. It's not like a fashion statement. If I wear these, I don't have to put sunscreen on my arms. And it actually, if you look for these on like Amazon or wherever, they're actually called cooling sleeves. Sometimes they're called compression sleeves, but I would say the most common name for them is cooling sleeves, which seems weird. You would think like I'm wearing more clothing, it would make me hotter, right? But I guess because it absorbs, some of the UV rays and sunlight, it actually does genuinely. I feel cooler when I'm wearing them out in the sun, which is kind of nice. But yeah, I have like a mega, what do you call it? A farmer's tan. It's like worse than a farmer's tan, because like most of the time I wear like pants, because I do a lot of bushwhacking. Like I don't hike just on trails. Like I'll hike just in the middle of nowhere where there's no trails, and I don't want to get like ticks on me. Plus it just keeps me from getting like my legs all scratched up from the bushes and stuff. So yeah, my legs are like crazy white because I don't wear shorts much anymore. I used to wear shorts like practically religiously when I was younger. But yeah, ever since I do like all the bushwhacking stuff, I got in the habit of like covering up and making sure I don't let ticks get access. Background looks stunning. Thanks. Yeah. I try to, so yeah, you probably came in after I do the reading thing, but I'm still in the middle of it. But so this year, since last July, I've been doing Bible readings at various natural locations. I try to live stream. I wanted to live stream the whole thing, like reading the whole Bible live stream, but I sort of started just doing some offline readings because there's really cool places that have 0 cell signal, so I can't really live stream everything. So sometimes I'll do them offline and then upload them to like YouTube, Rumble, and Odyssey later, but yeah, generally I try to live stream as much as I can. About 3/4 of the way through the Bible at this point. Getting into the prophets. I'm reading Jeremiah today and stuff. Got some ducks. I don't know if those are probably too small to show up very well, but pretty cool. Smart poker. Howdy, howdy. Must be on Pilled. Sorry, I have a chat overlay thing that I'm using that's combining them. It doesn't always show the platform, but I'm pretty sure that you're on Pilled, I'm guessing. Oh, nice. I had that idea, but with reading chapters of classic literature, but it would have to be a video and not a stream. I tried one IRL stream and it was horrible. Yeah, you have to like scout out the places. So what I do, it's really basic. I just go to like a browser on my phone and, go to Google and just search for speed test and click on the site that comes up. I just do a speed check, and that way I know like what the upload speed is, and as long as it's over what I consider my minimum upload speed for the stream, then I know it's good. But yeah, if you're all like walking around and moving, the signal's going to change, all the time. So for the reading stuff, I just sit in one place so that I know it'll be reliable. Unless I'm on the top of a mountain, sometimes I'll like hike around and stuff on the stream. But if I'm in like the forest like this, like you can literally like walk like 10 steps that way or this way, and it'll just have no signal. So I kind of have to stay in one spot. I can't, let's see. That was with a stable cell tower connection. As it turns out, it matters what phone you have, and I have the wrong kind. Yeah, it also matters what carrier you have, because some carriers just have terrible coverage, or they like throttle the connection depending on what you're doing. For the US, like I use Visible. Visible is amazing. It's on the Verizon network, which is usually the best connection in most areas. And it's unlimited. It's super cheap. It's like, I don't know, $30 a month or something. And it's unlimited bandwidth. Like, and I've tested that pretty well. Like some of the months I've done it, I've just streamed like crazy, and they never like throttle it or say that's too much or something. So it's pretty cool. I won the first spin. I was hyped. Nice. I'm not sure what that is exactly. Must be a Pilled thing. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've never heard of the type of phone mattering, to be honest. Usually it's more about the connection or your network and stuff. But I mean, I guess it's possible that certain phones, obviously if it's a really crappy phone, then maybe it doesn't have enough oomph or whatever specs to like do the streaming stuff. But I don't know, it would take a pretty old nasty garbage phone, because I have like this phone right here is an S9. Like it's a Samsung S9. It's like super old, and it can stream just fine. The only problem with this phone is that the battery is dying. Like it's not as good as it used to be. So AT&T Mint Mobile is great for me, but it has a few drawbacks. Yeah, it's new, but it's not flagship. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I've streamed on, like this one right here is a super cheap Motorola phone, and I've streamed with this as well. Works just fine. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you're right. Like there's probably like phones that are so bad that you can't stream on them, but I don't know. It doesn't really take that much processing or anything to do live streaming. It depends on which app you use too. Like I highly recommend IRL Pro. Like if you're trying to use like Streamlabs or Prism, yeah, you're gonna have problems. those are like super bloated apps. But IRL Pro is very stable. I've had great success with it. Drawings for subs and donations win cool stuff from the streamers. That's what the gold pills do. Nice. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. Since I'm like live streaming on so many different platforms, I don't like know all the details, ins and outs of how things work. I should have the chat on screen, but I can go over there and turn it on, but I should have done that earlier. But so you could see what the other people on the other platforms are talking about. So I have Kismet13, he's on Rumble, and then the rest of you guys are on Pilled today. I'm actually streaming on over 10 platforms today, but most of them are kind of dead platforms for the most part. It's just a little fun thing we do over here at Pilled. Nice. So our gold pills kind of like the in-app currency, kind of like they don't have any real world value, but you can use them to do cool stuff on the platform or something. It's starting to get a little bit chilly, but just because I'm sitting here and not producing any body heat, and there's a little bit of a breeze. Whew. Gold pills are like lemons. Cool. Yeah, that's what I figured. Nice. All right, so I'm going to read the next chapter, and then I'll get back to looking at chat in a few minutes here. So we're in Jeremiah 17, in case anyone wants to look it up or something, but I'll have the words on the screen, so. Jeremiah chapter 17. The sin of Judah is written with an iron stylus, engraved with a diamond point on the tablets of their hearts and on the horns of their altars. Even their children remember their altars and Asherah poles by the green trees and on the high hills. O my mountain in the countryside, I will give over your wealth and all your treasures as plunder, because of the sin of your high places within all your borders. And you yourself will relinquish the inheritance that I gave you. I will enslave you to your enemies in a land that you do not know, for you have kindled my anger. It will burn forever. This is what the Lord says. Cursed is the man who trusts in mankind, who makes the flesh his strength, and turns his heart from the Lord. He will be like a shrub in the desert. He will not see when prosperity comes. He will dwell in the parched places of the desert, in a salt land where no one lives. But blessed is the man who trusts in the Lord, whose confidence is in him. He is like a tree planted by the waters that sends out its roots toward the stream. It does not fear when the heat comes, and its leaves are always green. It does not worry in a year of drought, nor does it cease to produce fruit. The heart is deceitful above all things and beyond cure. Who can understand it? I, the Lord, search the heart. I examine the mind to reward a man according to his way, by what his deeds deserve. Like a partridge hatching eggs, it did not lay. Like a partridge hatching eggs, it did not lay is... What? I can't understand that. It did not lay... Oh, okay, I get it. I should have a comma there, but make it easier. Like a partridge hatching eggs it did not lay is the man who makes a fortune unjustly. In the middle of his days his riches will desert him, and in the end he will be the fool. A glorious throne, exalted from the beginning, is the place of our sanctuary. O Lord, the hope of Israel, all who abandon you will be put to shame. All who turn away will be written in the dust, for they have abandoned the Lord, the fountain of living water. Heal me, O Lord, and I will be healed. Save me, and I will be saved, for you are my praise. Behold, they keep saying to me, where is the word of the Lord? Let it come now. But I have not run away from being your shepherd. I have not desired the day of despair. You know that the utterance of my lips was spoken in your presence. Do not become a terror to me. You are my refuge in the day of disaster. Let my persecutors be put to shame, but do not let me be put to shame. Let them be terrified, but do not let me be terrified. Bring upon them the day of disaster and shatter them with double destruction. This is what the Lord said to me. Go and stand at the gate of the people, through which the kings of Judah go in and out, and stand at all the other gates of Jerusalem. Say to them, hear the word of the Lord, O kings of Judah, all people of Judah and Jerusalem who enter through these gates. This is what the Lord says. Take heed for yourselves. Do not carry a load or bring it through the gates of Jerusalem on the Sabbath day. You must not carry a load out of your houses or do any work on the Sabbath day, but you must keep the Sabbath day holy, just as I commanded your forefathers. Yet they would not listen or incline their ear, but they stiffened their necks and would not listen or receive my discipline. If, however, you listen carefully to me, says the Lord, and bring no load through the gates of this city, and bring no load through the gates of this city on the Sabbath day, and keep the Sabbath day holy, and do no work on it. Then kings and princes will enter through the gates of this city. They will sit on the throne of David, riding in chariots and on horses with their officials, along with the men of Judah and the residents of Jerusalem, and this city will be inhabited forever. And people will come from the cities of Judah and the places around Jerusalem, from the land of Benjamin and from the foothills, the hill country and the Negev, bringing burnt offerings and sacrifices, grain offerings and frankincense, and thank offerings to the house of the Lord. But if you do not listen to me to keep the Sabbath day holy by not carrying a load while entering the gates of Jerusalem on the Sabbath day, then I will kindle an unquenchable fire in its gates to consume the citadels of Jerusalem. I hope I don't have noise cancellation on. There's like a button on here that turns it on and off, and I can't figure it out. I hope it's not on because I hope it picks up all this wind and birds and chirping and whatnot. Thanks for the can, Joyful June. Thanks for the Jeremiah reading. Yeah, no problem. You guys kind of all from the same community or friend group? Sounds like you guys know each other. Oh. So, May, have you been like active on Pilled? You said you joined I think you said 2 years ago. Did you kind of like disappear from DLive and go there and you're seen all over the place and talking and stuff, kind of like you used to do on DLive, or is that more of a recent revival kind of a thing with your whole streaming world kind of activity? Because I haven't seen you in a really long time. Didn't realize, maybe you've just been on Pilled and that's why I haven't seen you or whatever. But anyways, curious. Got one more chapter here and then I'll shortly end the stream so I can do a little bit more writing before I run out of time. I'll just read this. We're going to read 1 Peter chapter 5. I'll check chat in a minute. 1 Peter chapter 5. As a fellow elder, a witness of Christ's sufferings, and a partaker of the glory to be revealed, I appeal to the elders among you. Be shepherds of God's flock that is among you, watching over them not out of compulsion, but because it is God's will, not out of greed, but out of eagerness. Not lording it over those entrusted to you, but being examples to the flock. And when the chief shepherd appears, you will receive the crown of glory that will never fade away. Young men, in the same way, submit yourselves to your elders. And all of you, clothe yourselves with humility toward one another, because God opposes the proud, but gives grace to the humble. Humble yourselves, therefore, under God's mighty hand, so that in due time he may exalt you. Cast all your anxiety on him, because he cares for you. Be sober-minded and alert. Your adversary, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour. Got somebody on a motorbike over there somewhere, I think. Resist him, standing firm in your faith and in the knowledge that your brothers throughout the world are undergoing the same kinds of suffering. And after you have suffered for a little while, the God of all grace, who has called you to his eternal glory in Christ, will himself restore you, secure you, strengthen you, and establish you. To him be the power forever and ever. Amen. Through Silvanus, whom I regard as a faithful brother, I have written to you briefly, encouraging you and testifying that this is the true grace of God. Stand firm in it. The church in Babylon, chosen together with you, sends you greetings, as does my son Mark. Greet one another with a kiss of love. Peace to all of you who are in Christ. All right, that's it for that reading. It's nice to be back into this. It's been a long time since I've done this. Been active on Pilled. I left eLive. It got toxic and my boyfriend didn't want me online. Oh, that's too bad. Interesting. I guess I missed that whole thing. I don't know what different crowd you were in than me, but I never saw the toxic part necessarily. I mean, there's always been toxic stuff on DLive or every platform, but yeah, I didn't sense it any worse there. For me, DLive just kind of was dying, it just they kept making bad decisions and stuff, and it just kind of died. But I didn't really encounter too much of the toxicity per se, other than the stuff that was always there, from the beginning. But I appreciate you guys all dropping by, giving me a sample of the Pilled hospitality. So far, so good. So I was talking with High Res and a couple others at the beginning, expressing concerns that since Pilled is so oriented toward politics, that there might be people that kind of go around trying to hijack streams that aren't related to politics and force them to talk about politics, which to me is just a waste of time, because it's obvious that there's certain streamers that just want to do other content. And I mean, the way I see it is, if 90% of the people on a platform are already doing politics, which would be like on Pilled and Rumble, for example, like they should celebrate and encourage other content to grow. Like, if anything, they should be really more friendly to the general kind of content, like gaming or IRL or creative, like art stuff, because otherwise the platform will never become any kind of well-rounded content type categories. But because like I know on DLive that happens sometimes, and on Rumble as well. That happens on Rumble, where you can stream like gaming or something that's totally not politics, and you'll have random people come in and just try to get you to talk about politics, and it's just like, really? Pretty obvious that that's not what my channel is about. And so yeah, that was kind of my concern or caution in starting Unpilled, is that there'd be a bunch of people trying to hijack the stream, in which case I would either ignore those comments or ban people if they're truly out of control, or just eventually, if it got too bad, I would just take it off my list of platforms. But so far so good, so I'm hoping for the best. DLive did us wrong, yeah, for sure. I used to stream on DLive, now I just do Pilled and Rumble. You should activate your stickers on here so people can send you funny ones. I thought I did, actually, yesterday. There was a little toggle for allow stickers that I turned on, but maybe I didn't do, maybe there's several I have to, I'll check it out tonight. There's just music and gaming streams, I'm not aware of that happening, but I'm limited, yeah. It probably happens sometimes, but as long as it's not like a huge, consistent problem, I'm fine. You know, if a couple people try to do that, I'll just ignore them or explain that I don't talk about politics. And it's no big deal. It's more if it just happens like every time I stream, then it would get pretty annoying really fast. Still run into over here, but most everyone is chill and on the same level respectfully. That's cool. I feel like that's the way it should be. Like, if somebody wants to get into politics, they'll be, their title and their channel theme will follow that, obviously. And then, yeah, to me, it's just never made sense to me why everyone wants every stream to be about that. That's just like homogenous, you know. It's like, let's make the entire platform only about one specific topic. Like, how boring is that? It's just like an echo chamber. I don't know. To me, that's not interesting. Everybody's talking about the same thing. Super boring. Gotta have some variety, you know. Hey, Matt. I think people, for the most part, will respect that. That's cool. Yeah, so far, so good. I mean, like I said, I didn't want to judge people. I've just had a lot of experiences. You know, I've been streaming for 7 years, and most of the time, like when you go to a platform that's heavily influenced by politics, you'll get those kind of trolly people coming by and trying to do that stuff. But honestly, I think it's gotten better. I mean, I don't know if trolls just got bored or what, but I don't see as much of that happening these days. And partly it's because I have such a small channel, so I don't get a lot of attention, which is in my favor in that sense, because I just don't. I mean, I can handle trolls. Like, it's not like I've never dealt with it. It doesn't bother me. It's more just if it just is consistent every single time, then it's just like, this is a waste of time. But yeah, it seems, I haven't even seen trolls on most channels on most platforms for a while. I actually see a lot more bots than I see trolls these days. Like the stupid AI bots that just post meaningless messages, or, you know, the stream boo stuff on Twitch, and, you know, just those kind of useless bot spammer things. But yeah, this is I actually did a test stream on Pilled a couple days ago, just a private stream to see how it worked and stuff. It's honestly not my favorite interface to start a stream. Like most platforms, you just have a stream key and URL, and you just push go live in OBS and you're on. But my impression, correct me if I'm wrong, is that you have to create a topic first before your stream will go live, which is kind of annoying. But it's not the only platform that does that. Like YouTube is kind of that way, and Odyssey is that way. Rumble used to be that way, and by default is that way, but you can set it up to have like a, I can't remember what they call it. It's like a, anyway, it's a dedicated, like a reserved stream key kind of a thing. So I don't have to do that anymore, which is nice. But yeah, it's kind of nice not to have to like set the stream up before you go live, because that's just one more step to deal with. But anyway, this ain't Rumble, yeah. Bet you've been busy lately with the D-Live closure. Matt, are you like somehow connected with D-Live, like staff over there or something, or does she mean just like all the people migrating from D-Live over to Pilled? We're all like family. We have a lot of IRL music. No flow, that's not required anymore. You can just go live and it works. I changed it. Topic isn't required. Okay, I'll try that next time. That would be nice. That would be cool if that's how it works. Yeah, that I definitely take your word for it. I assume you must be staff on Pilled. That's cool. My streams are very random. You'll find plenty of channels here that are about other things besides current global politics. Nice. Details here. Cool. I'll check that out later. Cool. Yeah, that would save me a little bit of time, because the problem is when I'm doing IRL, like if I'm at home, it's not that big of a deal. You know, I have my keyboard and mouse and I can just like set up a platform, get it ready. But when I'm out on the field, trying to do that on a phone, oh man, it's a nightmare. To be honest, I can do it because I've been doing IRL for so long that I have my tricks, but it's still a pain in the butt. So the less setup I have to do, and I can just like push go live, the better. So that's one, if that's the case, which I trust that it is, that's one less platform I have to worry about, which is nice. Matt 1776 developed pill.net. Did I get that right? Nice. Very cool. Sweet. Well, I could just sit here and chat for a long time, and if I was this, I'm not really the type of streamer that like thrives in trying to get a big channel. Like I'm not trying to make money from streaming or grow my channel. Like I'm not all like, give me more follows and subscriptions, and I'm just not that kind. May will attest to that. I've been doing this for 7 years and I haven't made a dime off streaming. So yeah, most streamers would be like, oh, I can't leave because there's a bunch of people and I don't usually get views. But for me, I enjoy when I have viewers and stuff, but I got a plan. So I'm gonna cut you all off because I'm rude. No, not really, but I'm going to do this reading and then do a bit of chatting, but I wanted to head out so that I can get some more riding in, because my mission for today is I'm on my bike today and I'm going to ride around some forest roads and explore some areas I haven't been. So yeah, so I'm going to disappear, even though I'm enjoying the conversation. I'll be on again someday. I don't have any kind of streaming schedule. I tend to be a night owl and stream random stuff in the middle of the night. Lately I've been doing Bible editing. So what I do is I take these live streams that you see here, or the pre-recorded stuff, and I cut all the mistakes that I make out and like really cinch it up, make a nice edit of the readings chapter at a time. And I have a second channel that I upload the edited versions of the chapters so that people can go there and just listen straight to the Bible and not have to hear all this extra surrounding chat and stuff. And so I do those edits on my stream. It's pretty boring content. I don't expect people to watch that. It's more just, I actually use those times to meditate on the word, because I have to, in order to do the edit, I have to listen to it 2 or 3 times over, and it really sinks in. I'm more of an auditory learner. I've always liked audio Bibles and stuff. Like, I can't read very well. Like, I can read, obviously, because you can see that I'm reading for my streams, but I have no reading comprehension. Like, it's not sinking into my head as I'm reading. I'm just like speaking it, and it's kind of going in one ear and out the other. And especially when I read without saying it out loud, man, I really struggle with that. That's like a chore for me. So yeah, this project has really been good for me in my meditation and study, because when I hear myself saying it, or I'm doing the editing and listening to it, it really comes alive for me. So I've always respected you and your streams, always enjoyable. We love our flow. Ha ha ha. Thanks. Yeah, it's nice to see you again. I had no idea that you were still like around somewhere on another platform. I just assumed you kind of got burnt out with the streaming world or something like that, which a lot of people do. Like, there's so many people that from the old days who have just completely disappeared. So yeah, that's another benefit to multi-streaming. Like, people kind of go their separate ways. Like, there's going to be people on Pilled, there's going to be people on Valora, there's going to be people on Kick, and a variety of places since DLive is going away. And since I multi-stream, I can connect with all of them potentially, which is pretty cool. It looks like Pilled and Valora are going to be the biggest DLive fishermen, so to speak. They're going to catch the most stranded or homeless streamers. That's been my observation thus far. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm gonna head out and end the stream. I appreciate you guys stopping by and giving me a nice welcome. Appreciate it. I will check out some of the features of Pilled and see if I can set up my channel to be a little bit more interesting. I probably won't like do all the, alerts and like fancy stuff. I might do some of the basic stuff, but I don't know. I used to be like super into that stuff. Back when I set up Tidy Labs and Botrix and all those various tools. I just got kind of lazy, to be honest. Because once again, like, I'm not trying to create an experience that draws a crowd. I'm basically just doing really chill streams. I don't expect a bunch of people to show up or anything. It's half for me, honestly. It's my own spiritual journey, and I do hobbies that I enjoy. It's kind of like, what can you compare it to? I don't know what to compare it to. Maybe like IRC or something. Like, just, I don't know, or Discord. Just, I like doing stuff and being available for people to drop by and hang out or say hi. But I don't really want to build an audience. Like, I don't like the idea of followers or viewers, because I'm just a regular nobody. I don't want to be famous. But I do like hanging out. Like, I don't have a lot of social life, so it's fun to do some of my boring techie hobbies and have the ability for people to drop by and stuff. Should be fishing too. Yeah, I never got into fishing. And yeah, we had, May would know about this, but we had some pretty cool streamers on DLive back in the day. Brookster and Chill Outdoors and a number of others. Smoking Gooba. We had some fisherman streams on there. But yeah, that's the kind of stuff that would probably grow my channel if I did it, and I don't really care about growing a channel or being interesting. I actually almost purposely do boring things, because I don't like to be a pretender. I don't have like a streaming self and my offline self. Most streamers put on a persona like, oh, I gotta be interesting, I gotta be exciting. So they basically become a form of an entertainer or an actor. Sometimes they'll wear different clothes, they'll speak in a different voice, they'll almost become a different person. I don't do that at all. I'm basically myself, so I don't try to be interesting. I just do, be myself. And if people like it, it's cool. If they don't, not worried about it. So yes, good to see you, May. And yeah, appreciate you guys. I will catch you guys another time. God bless y'all.